It's the gradual costume degradation that he gets.
I was going to say, this was something I really liked about this.
I see you managed to get your shirt off.
Yeah, he gradually undresses as the game goes on.
Galaxy Quest reference.
So he's just naked.
Alright.
And see, that's cool, as far as like, don't go into the save point, because what the hell is
what
that even?
What are you doing in the sand, you idiot?
And then he's like asleep for 3 hours or something afterwards.
Okay, my parents and I went to see Galaxy Quest when it came out in the cinema.
Oh, nice.
I have not seen Mum laugh so hard at anything as they have, let's get out of here before they kill Guy. If she could have thrown herself on the floor, she would have done it. She was just in stitches at that line.
She was gone.
I'll start the story from here.
And then that was it. She started off with the line, are they minors? Yes, they look like 8.
Oh, what are you doing, you...
And then they follow it up with that's the 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that again soon.
I want to watch Evolution again.
No, you don't.
That is...
Yeah, I do.
ITV3 at any given weekend, Evolution will be on.
Is it really?
Basically.
Because I remember it being pretty good.
It's got elements of like, oh, the MacGuffin happened.
Yeah.
Here's the Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, but they make a joke out of Deus Ex.
But it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the impression that it's Fox Mulder as totally not Fox Mulder on his day off. Because it's David Duchovny as FBI man, isn't he?
Yeah, but no, he's not.
I forget.
No, he's a geologist or something. Like, he's just some guy who used to work for the military in their weapons program, making a cure for anthrax, which went so badly wrong that he was kicked out of the army. Like, he is the anti-Fox Mulder. He doesn't believe in anything because he failed so hard.
Oh.
Well, maybe I'm misremembering it from having watched it last weekend.
Maybe, but I'm pretty damn certain because they go to court.
Well, no,
she is going.
I'm saying I'm misremembering. I do that. You may have noticed.
Oh yeah,
you're misremembering.
Usually it's stuff from a while ago.
Usually it's stuff about Godzilla.
You're liable to hit me.
When?
Godzilla.
I don't misremember about Godzilla.
That was Connor.
Oh yeah.
It was Connor who was like, oh yeah, in the film they were all on the ice rink.
But didn't we find out they were?
No, they were on the ice rink in an advert.
That's Robot Chicken.
Oh yeah, and there was a Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken advert for the next film.
Oh,
I'm the one who goes, Hedorah is a poop monster. Thanks, Godzilla. Although my friend Trish is very quick to correct me on that one, it's alien pollution. It's not a poop monster.
I heard that as if you were saying an alien film.
I don't know what that is. All I can remember is Biolante.
Biolante is awesome, and I have nothing against her.
It's the big green monster from outer space.
Wasn't Biolante the evil rose?
Yeah, it's a little shop of horrors. Yeah, that's what it made me think of. Do you not remember that song?
I remember the movie Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, with the song.
Because my school did it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you said this, I think, on a video.
Did I?
Video?
I don't remember.
I've definitely heard you say this at some point.
Because I was in main character in the school play one year, so I figured, cool, I'll go for it the next year. And it's like, the audition is you have to sing. And I just locked up, and I'm like,
oh, well, that's
no!
scary. I can sing!
And then I wasn't in the...
Give me that sweet water.
Because my dad thought it was Rocky Horror.
Oh, I didn't know it was still going.
And he's like, why is your school doing... Do we have to pull you out? What is this?
To be fair, Little Shop of Horrors is also not really appropriate for school kids.
Not really, it's got a man-eating plant.
Yeah.
Does it have the same bedroom scene, take 1 and 2?
I don't know. I've never actually seen Rocky Horror.
Are you serious?
What I have seen of it, I don't really care for.
Might not be your cup of tea.
No.
In fact, I'm positive it's
I
not your cup of tea.
will put this down for anybody watching. If you can, go see it live.
I would love to see it
Or
live.
go see a audience participation cinema showing. Because it's just screaming profanity for 2 hours. It's fantastic. It's the best night.
See, in general, I'm not a fan of audience participation.
Okay.
Because it's like what I hear about The Room and how everyone throws spoons at the screen and then starts playing football.
Huh, I didn't know.
I've not heard about any of that nonsense.
That's the bits I've heard, and I'm like,
But that is a Rocky Horror thing.
It's like there's riffing on stuff, and then there's pre-arranged ritualistic riffing on stuff, which
Rocky Horror has a bit of both.
Yeah.
There are some jokes that are updated every time something happens.
Did you watch the more recent one?
No.
It's
I've
not very good.
I've only ever seen the original one, and a very specific troupe do it.
I mean the film, sorry, there was a new film
the
other year.
I haven't seen that. I've seen the original film.
It sucks.
Again, performed and reenacted by a group called Licks Down on Dixie.
Sorry to interrupt you, that was a cool moment, because you might remember that what they showed you there is right at the end of the game.
Ah!
That's like a big gauntlet you have to do on a lift at the end. It's really difficult.
Oh, is there a lift
Did you have the right weapon?
It's like the worst lift center.
Did you have the right weapon in the flash flood?
Oh, I didn't notice actually.
We can check it in post.
Yes.
Send us a picture and we'll say yes or no.
I will.
If you look closely, he's carrying a pizza roll. What's he doing with that? Did I
Holding to kill all of the sand.
One of the last times I went to see Rocky Horror Live, there was like people were throwing out portal jokes.
Wow.
But there's also things like
didn't need to do that. Oh well.
I think what's the song? I'm Going Home. I think the song. There's a line that talks about cards for sorrow, cards for pain, and what you're supposed to do is throw playing cards around. That bit seems kind of dumb to me. That's not.
I've never heard of that. That's silly.
That's not screaming at the movie. Because, like I say, riffing on stuff is fun. I like MST3.
Right,
it's like, I like riffing on stuff. I just don't like the things where it is. There are specific chants for this point in the film. Do the chant because it's that point in the film.
Gotcha.
It's assumed that's because at this point it's assumed that everyone who watches it has seen it a million times.
Yeah.
And is a hyper fan. Hyper mega fan.
It's like I don't like what basically wherever I see there's a band that I'm not. Basically, I think their music is really good. Their instrumentation, really good.
Okay.
Their songwriting, kind of garbage. Their world building, utter garbage.
World building?
Yes. And their personas who they portray and write stories about.
World building?
I hate with a passion.
Yeah, like, concept albums.
I know, it's just the term world building.
Tales from the Kingdom of Fife.
Makes me think of Final Fantasy or something.
They play the characters of immortal space pirates, telling stories about wacky stuff that somehow involves them at some point.
Is it Aelstrom?
No, it's a band called The Mechanisms.
Aelstrom are actual pirates, and I don't think they do, here is the story of us. It's just, here's pirates having adventures about treasure.
It's what Gloryhammer makes fun of, because Gloryhammer, they dress up as the characters in the story, and every member of the band is a different character. And they're making fun of it, because it's kind of dumb. But, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was a fight happening.
I wonder, where's the limit on that one? Because if... Clearly, Gloryhammer is not supposed to be taken seriously. An army of undead unicorns.
Near as I can tell, the Mechanisms take themselves completely seriously.
Oh, that's the worst.
So if they came out...
they do very good music.
Yeah.
They did like a jazz blues noir retelling of Greek myths.
Okay.
Which, as I say, the instrumentality is really good. Most of the singing is really good, with the exception that one of the female singers has a weird insistence of singing at the complete bottom end of her range, which, as you can imagine, doesn't sound good, because she doesn't have really any, And the other one warbles her voice in what I can only describe as a strange mixture of abject terror and hypothermia.
Sounds good.
Whenever she holds a note, it's absolutely brilliant. She's got a lovely voice.
So you say,
and then she'll start going. I am underselling it. So how much she does that.
When you say instrumentals are good and stuff,
the instrumentation is good.
Instrumentation. Are you saying the actual music being played is good.
Yeah, they do good. They do good rearrangements of like folk tunes and the blues tunes.
So when you say songwriting, you refer mainly to lyrics and things.
Their lyrics are pretty bad.
I look
because that never really bothers me as a fan.
It's where they're trying to when they're trying to tell a story, it's kind of important. But yeah,
I'm at the Count of Tuscany.
Yeah, but yeah.
They have been singing that ever since the last time this video came
Yes,
out.
we never stopped.
Ever since Amon Hen.
We went to Tuscany. We had a great time.
Singing it all
Was
the
that
way.
in Amon Hen? Was that in the goddamn...
That was in Amon Hen.
Really? Alright. Yeah, well, to be fair, Dream Theater don't sell themselves as the band that tells a story each album about...
They do a little bit. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
They also have one of
from.
my big, bugbears. Is bugbears the term?
Yep.
Yeah.
Of
grinds your gears.
Everything has to be the grimmest, darkest.
Oh,
God damn it!
Every story has to have the ultimate, most tragic ending.
I mean,
oh, you thought it was going to have a happy ending? No.
There was a time.
It's deep now.
There's a time and a place for stuff like that. I mean, like, I've mentioned to you some of the ridiculous things going on in the Warhammer universe.
Yeah.
That's fine because you're.
See, that's one of the things.
It's what came up with the term.
Yeah.
There, Warhammer came up with the term grimdark. You expect it.
Warhammer, I often see as one of the things where you get like lore and specific complete segregation. Because the lore is, it's grim, dark, and there's no point in hoping, and there's no such thing as rada blada, it's just chaos gods. But then you have like the actual specifics of the story and have a world where like faith has a direct measurable impact to keep people safe, and what they believe is important, and they fight for what they believe in, and then they do the thing, and stuff is like the bad stuff is held off for a bit. And that's like what usually happens in the stories that I've read in the Warhammer universe. Yeah. And then you get the lore where it's no, everything sucks.
If you look at it on a close level in the Warhammer universe, it's fine.
Yeah.
If you're living on Mars or a Forge world, you're basically screwed. But chances are you're gonna be on a farming planet.
Trillions upon trillions of humans just live out their lives.
Yeah, you're gonna be in a community hanging out with the salamanders who are really chill dudes. Like,
damn it.
That's if you're on a world with Space Marines. Maybe you're not. Maybe it's just a normal world. Nothing happens.
Yeah, but no one's going to read the codex on that guy who went to the corner shop.
Well, that's the point. That's the point. The thing is, they're talking about how there is only war.
I freaked out. It faked me out really well then. Yeah. It really faked me out.
The point is, for all that they talk about how there is only war, it's... For the vast majority of people, war is a theoretical thing happening far away.
No, Warhammer has the thing of war is forever. And always. And
well, yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing, and it doesn't pan out in what actually pans out.
To your point of like faith having some measurable impact, that's mostly to do with the orcs, who have one of my favorite plot devices going on, where they are massively psychic but don't know that.
Yeah, it's the best.
So there's things like, well, what do? You put a big scary face on the front of your ship to scare away the monsters, so it works because the orcs think it will.
Because they're stupid.
Well, yeah, there's that, but then Eldar have their, direct measurable psychic powers, and they know where their gods are. They know that half of them are dead, but they know that 3 of them aren't.
They're also pretentious.
They are a bit.
Screw you, Eldar!
You get...
No one likes you.
But then you get the humans, and with the humans, you can resist chaos. Emperor totally protects the ships in the warp and acts as the big navigating beacon.
Sometimes.
But
then we go back to the Legion of the Damned, and God only knows what's going on with that, because Games Workshop sure as hell don't.
Yeah, but that's my point. It's like it looks like they've got some authors who are very much on the thing of, nothing means anything, blah, 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 and then they haven't written what they think they've written.
it is part of... Because of where Warhammer came from, and because it's been going on for as long as it has, it's... I mean, similar to Doctor Who, how do you keep 60 years of canon together?
Yeah.
How many Loch Ness monsters are there?
By this point, it's a completely different set of people. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of Warhammer 40,000 is like that. There's, I mean, for example, the Legion of the Damned, one of my favourite classes. Whatever. Short version. Got lost in the warp, came back later.
Are you alright?
It's...
Yes.
Originally, it was implied that they have just abandoned all rank and file. Now they are vaguely infused with chaos, but they are just...
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh.
You
Oh,
dropped
you're
right
fine.
into it.
You know when you know, like,
Yes.
a full minute before you land on it.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
Bam.
There's
But the
nothing
thing's
I
like,
can do.
they are just this unstoppable force continuing the Emperor as well. And then they got
I thought it.
written by someone else who says they're Space Marines from even further in the future, where it's grimmer and darker.
Oh, I didn't know.
And
I
they've
didn't
come-
know they changed it.
And they've come back to stop what's going to happen to them in the future.
So they're time traveling now.
They have always been able to time travel, but how and why has changed.
Right.
And basically, at the minute, Games Workshop has thrown up their hands and said, do you know what? Just play Ultramarines. We've got a codex for that.
Oh, I've got a Chaos Codex in my house somewhere. And a full, poorly painted army in the garage somewhere. Which I spent a lot of money on as a child.
Me too. It's one of those things I really want to get, like, a little Warhammer army and paint it up.
They look
But,
so
like,
good when they're nicely
yeah,
painted.
but I have got...
Get Alex on it. He did an alright job.
There's a
He does
guy...
good job.
Good job.
Did I show you guys the Marine Commander that my friend made for me for my birthday?
No, don't
Hang on, it is
so.
right over...
Whee!
I want to get that. Right, guy I work with made and painted that.
Nice.
I'm going to put a picture of that on the video.
Oh, that's really good.
That's so cool.
See, I got my sister to do a lot of, like, a whole squad of just regular Space Marines, and they stand. My sister's really good at art,
Yeah.
and it stands out amongst. It made all my stuff look more. It was like with these horrible, horrific monstrosities with poor textures and everything. There was this godly-looking squad.
My
Really highlighted it. Oh, there's people. Down
one of the
here.
guys in Warhammer Club in school, that was a thing.
Yeah,
he-
we had one as well in high
He
school.
would paint his models just by dipping them in the paint and then letting them drip dry.
Nice.
No! No, it wasn't!
No, not him. Him.
It
Not
was
there,
awful!
I will confess, I was part of a Warhammer club.
Oh no, I was. I'm just not like...
Oh,
You
okay.
didn't have one.
It's not like, oh, nerds.
We
But,
made
like,
one actually. We sort of had about 6 of us vote for it, and then we got a bunch more people. We made one.
My problem with that was, I don't know if it was a case that the other guys in the club didn't understand the rules or didn't explain it to me, who was the newest, but they were like, you've got to have equivalent numbers of units. So basically the way it goes is, you know the Tyranids,
Yeah.
Yes, aliens.
very low
Xenomorphs.
cost, so you can have millions of them,
They
because they're
just-
really, really weak.
They never end.
Yeah.
They're a
And but no, they were like, no,
Few barrel.
six Space Marines, 6 Gene Stealers. That is a fair fight. And I'm like, okay.
Actually, I think isn't that kind of weighted towards the Gene Stealers because they're good at
If
ripping apart the Space Marines?
if you can get up close,
I mean, automatic weapons.
That's a good point. High ground the corner. Nothing can defeat that.
bolt guns,
No one can
the
defeat
high
the corner.
ground.
Hide under a pile of coats.
Would they be able to get through like Space Marine armor that easily?
Yeah, they basically
Is that their
had
thing?
Gene Stealers
get
close
it.
combat is a
Damn it.
6 to save.
Right. Okay.
And that's the thing with the Gene Stealers. Can you kill them before they reach you?
The only match I ever actually battle
Yeah.
I ever had in a Games Workshop was with a random guy who had a really cool Tyranid army. And actually won by
Yeah.
some miracle. I had a really old Space Marine Dreadnought that was from a game that I think either inspired the Warhammer stuff called Space Crusade.
Oh yeah, it's
from the 80s or something.
Yeah, set in the same universe.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, and I was allowed to just have this really old ghetto dreadnought, and it just wiped out most of these Tyranids. I was like, what is the rules with this dreadnought? Are we just having it like it's a normal Space Marine dreadnought? This is kind of cheating, and
yeah,
I'm the one admitting that.
No, I had a console version of Space Crusade. It was the best thing.
A console version?
Yes.
Because when I say game, sorry, I'm talking like a board game.
It was a console conversion of the board game.
Right.
The board game is...
Moving the crates.
You are a squad of Space Marines exploring ships in the warp.
Yes.
I really appreciate the ability to pull sideways while you're holding.
Moving
that
crates
is great.
Is not bad.
More games need to do this.
God of War still did it the best. Just boot it across.
I think directly behind. Yeah, there's a sandy swirly thing directly there.
I'll be the idea of Space Crusade is you take in a kill team of 6 and reclaim the Space Hulk.
And I think you fight something that looks a lot like Tyranids.
Yeah, it's like prototype.
I remember them
they're
looking
called
really
Soul
small.
Suckers.
Yeah.
But they're prototype Tyranids.
That was it. I think that it was playing that game that made me want to get into Warhammer at the time. So I was thinking, this is very similar to this.
I used to
I want to get in on this.
I used to have it, and I really enjoyed just building networks and rooms and corridors. And be like, explore this mess.
I'd like to play it again now that I'm not a child.
It'd be nice.
I just feel as though something should be up here, you know?
It'd be better to play it now that it's... That said, I'm fairly sure they brought out a PC version recently. It's,
No. Yeah.
A version...
Hey.
Like an upgrade of the Sega Saturn version of the game.
Wow.
Which wasn't super great.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't...